ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. I always start my show off with a big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly, Nebraska. I really, really admire those guys, man. I admire them more for what they stand for. I mean, they not only do quality work, but they got a mindset out there that they start their week off every Monday morning with this circle, and it's all about positivity. Nice. I really like that. And last week, I kind of hinted around about a tip of the week for happiness. I rethought that. I'm going to go with positive mental attitude tip of the week. And it's going to be, for short, it'll be called PMA tip of the week. And this week's PMA tip of the week, and keep in mind, y'all, these may not work for nobody but me, but I just want to share them with you because they have been very helpful for me. And my PMA tip of the week this week is I stay out of the way on purpose. And what I mean by that is most times you can kind of, and Clyde and I is my guest again tonight, and we had been talking before the show, and it's like, you know when you got bad energy around you, and you can just avoid it. And I just say I stay out of the way on purpose. Means I try to avoid as much negativity and adversity as I can. I know you can't avoid it all, but I can avoid a lot of it because within the first couple of minutes of a conversation, you can kind of tell where it's going.
Absolutely.
So that's my PMA tip of the week. My guest, man, this guy here, I got to be honest with y'all. I've been having him on every time he's getting ready to have a fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and I'm gonna give y'all a secret before I introduce you. My motive for doing this is not only because I respect him, but sometimes when people blow up, then everybody want them.
Yeah.
And I want to be there from the start. And
I appreciate it.
And I just want to say, Clyde, welcome to the show, man.
Like always, Ricky, man, it's always an honor. I appreciate you sharing your platform and your stage. You don't have to. You say you respect me. The feeling's mutual, definitely.
Thank you, young man. Well, Clyde, I'm going to be real honest with you. I want people to know you, but I also want people to know what it takes to do what you do. Yeah. So that's kind of the theme of this show tonight. So let's, if you don't mind, for the ones that don't know Clyde, give me the Cliff Notes version of Clyde.
No, absolutely. I'm originally from the south side of Chicago, grew up in a very humbling neighborhood, and watched my mom and watched her closely not only attend school and work at the same time in order to put our family in a better situation, but I watched her do it with grace and love. So the foundation of who I am comes from watching hard work and not complaining and just putting your head down and getting to it in order to get to what it is that you want. So once you set a goal, you now know what it takes to get there. Do those things without complaining. We eventually moved out of those situations due to her hard work, moved to Lincoln, Nebraska. I attended high school here, graduated, then went on to play some college basketball at Chadron State. After playing at Chadron State, kind of moved back to Lincoln and met my now wife through church and basketball. And my wife and I now have 2 beautiful children. And we've been coexisting together for over the last 16 years.
Okay.
And during that time, after basketball, after a major knee surgery, I've always had a passion for boxing. And over the last 10 years, I did a 7-year amateur career. And over the last 2 years now, I've started a professional career.
Now, let's put that in perspective. Coming from a guy like myself who's never had any boxing experience.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you a question about the mental aspect of boxing, because I mean, now before you answer that, let me tell you why I'm asking this. Because I know that it requires a certain level of mental toughness.
Absolutely.
Because just me, not you, but me, if you hit me in the face, I don't know how composed I could continue to be. I could go into the ring with all the training and proper, things I'm supposed to do, but when you get hit in the face,
Mike Tyson once said, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth."
I agree with that.
with that being the case, it's definitely one of those things to where that's why they call it a science. That's why boxing has a science to it. There is definitely a huge component that comes from the mental aspect of it. And in order to have proper preparation for when that moment comes, once you're finally hit, you have to take baby steps towards actually being hit throughout training. So throughout training, you don't just come into the gym, then right away you just hop in the ring. There's a lot that goes into it. So, for example, at Southside Boxing, where I attend and train out of here in Lincoln, you come in, you may join a beginner's class. And in that beginner's class, they're going to build your foundation from your feet up. And throughout however long it takes in order for you to graduate from the class where there's a ton of shadow boxing and noodle punching, then you move on to a heavy bag and then learn the different bags and use those techniques on the bag. Then you may move into some individual training with a trainer where you're doing mitt work. And then slowly, after you're registered and everything through USA Boxing for Amateurs, you begin sparring. And then that's when you learn to react differently to those punches and being touched. But also, I'll tell you this, to your point, it's a lot of individuals get exactly to that part, and they leave that day and they never come back. They never show back up after that.
Well, all I'm saying, though, Clyde, like I said, I have so much respect for you personally, but what you do, I realize, man, that everybody can't do it. And that's why I was curious about the mental aspect of it, because all the training in the world, man, I got to agree with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
All the training in the world can't prepare you to be hit between the eyes, man.
A coworker and a friend of mine Saturday showed me a picture of a line full of individuals, and it just on this above this doorway that they were walking through, it said other sports. And there was probably, let's just use an even number of 50 people standing in that line. Next to it, there was a different doorway. Above that doorway, it said boxing. And it was one guy walking through that door. He said, "That's you. Yeah. That's you. You that one guy walking through that door." Although realistically, there's thousands of boxers.
Right.
But like you're saying, it does take a special passion and mindset in order to get in the ring knowing that the person goal that's across from you is to hurt you.
Well, the reason why I'm saying this is because I want to bring attention to the fact that the training is I mean, that's a grind within itself. Like you say, you got to go through all these different steps to even get into the ring. And I mean, you can punch all the bags you want. But when that bag start punching back, that's the point.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, because, like right now, you're undefeated.
Yep.
And the average person that has never boxed, they would think, well, maybe boxing ain't that tough. He's undefeated, or he's just picking easy fights. No, you're fighting against people that train just like you train.
Absolutely.
And these people are professionals also.
Yes.
So they want to win too.
Yeah, and then on top of that, at this stage of my career, I haven't been in the ring with anyone my age or older. They've all been younger. In fact, I was in the ring with a young man that could technically be my child. That's how many years we had apart from each other.
Oh, wow.
So, like you said, this isn't just the average Joe Smo off the street. We're not calling Uber drivers and bag boys to come in and fight. These are professionals who have pride and goals attached to this that are coming into the ring and taking these bouts with me.
And see, that right there, just the fact that you're fighting younger guys, that's to me, that's pretty impressive. Also, because, man, like I say, just getting in that ring, I don't know. I'm always comparing training to the actual fight.
Yeah.
The actual fight, man, I mean, a lot of you guys make it look so easy, but people don't realize what you guys had to go through to get to that point.
That's the secret to it, because for any good athlete in sports, the preparation has to be harder than the actual task.
Right.
And for example, I spar with a young man. He'll be on the undercard by the name of Beltran. Beltran can punch a hole through an elephant. That's how hard he hits. And his main goal is to seek and destroy. So here's a guy who walks around at probably 195, maybe 200 sometimes. He fights about 180. And he's extremely strong, extremely disciplined. So his endurance, he's always in shape. So whenever we start camp, I start a pre-camp going into it, knowing that Beltran will be one of my sparring partners. And I know it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But then I also take away from that sparring alone, knowing that, man, I just went toe-to-toe 6 with Beltran. I'm scheduled for 4. Even if the guy is as tough as Beltran, there's some things I learned during camp that I'll be able to use the night of the bout.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. I just like I have to give credit to you. Any boxer, not just you, but any boxer, because okay, I can say I'm gonna use. I played football.
Absolutely.
It was 10 other guys in the huddle with me. You know what I mean? Now we all had an assignment, but for the most part, if everybody did their part, then we had success. Equal a touchdown. But man, when you walk into that ring, I mean, there's a couple of people in the corner, but they're not in the ring with you.
Nope, absolutely, and that's a great point. That's the gift and the curse of boxing, because like I said, I played basketball. I was part of team sports, and I understood that concept. But also, like you said, in my corner, my head trainer, One Punch Patrick Thompson, Eric Howard, they in the corner with me. But the most loneliest feeling you can find in sports is climbing up those 6 stairs and getting into those ropes, because, like you said, there's no one else to point the finger at.
Right.
If something happened in there, you didn't do something, it's because either you wasn't listening, 2, you wasn't good enough, and then it's just flat out no one else to say, okay, well, you missed that block.
Right.
You dropped that pass. No, it was you who didn't get your hand up. You who didn't stick to the jab. So then that's why the training, when no one's watching, is extremely important.
And that's what I don't think people understand. I mean, I can honestly say I don't know either, but I can only imagine just off of the little bits I've seen and heard. Man, you guys are working when people aren't watching.
Yeah, that's the part I take the most pride in. That alarm goes off at 4 a.m. My run starts by 4:30. 6:30, I'm back returning to the home and eating the proper things all day in order to make sure that my body's being well taken care of. And then on top of that, I'm a full-time professional. I go off and work a full-time job for at Sid Dillon and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here in Lincoln, and then leave there, pick up my son, and then I'm back to the gym for skill work, after a full day already. But also the recovery that goes into it. A lot of people don't understand that recovery is just as important as it is with training. So then my recovery schedule is very strict as well. And one of my sponsors at Body Power and Sculpting, I go in there and make sure that I'm getting the proper recovery work done in order to perform the next day.
You mentioned something that that a lot of people take for granted too, including myself, which is eating properly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how does that factor in?
Big time. I typically walk around 210, 212, and my agreed belt for this particular fight is at 200 pounds. Now, most people think that's 10 pounds. That shouldn't be too hard, but it is, because you also have to make sure that you're taking in the proper protein, the proper fiber. It's the winter time. I train throughout the winter lead up into this fight. I got to make sure I have the proper vitamin D in me. So then my food schedule is strenuous, and a major shout out to Dominique, because she keeps that tight for me. She's an in-house chef that makes sure that I'm having the proper things that I need throughout the day. The things are prepared for me throughout the day. I have them to take to work with me when I need them.
So in other words, you just can't do like the average employee. You just can't go grab something.
Yeah, nah. A lot of times, not to throw my coworkers under the bus, but they come in there with Chick-fil-A and things of that nature. I have to hard pass on it. Hard pass, go grab a protein shake, excuse myself from the lounge area.
Yeah.
Get that protein in me and make sure that I'm having the proper things, but still eating enough throughout the day, but eating the right things.
When you said you walk around at 210, 212, and then your fight that you got coming up this week, it's 200 pounds.
Yep, at cruiserweight. So you gotta cut 10 pounds. Yep.
How do you do that, man?
Yeah, I've consistently taken off the weight. So Patrick Thompson, he's a guy from here in Lincoln. He's had over 40 professional fights. That's my head trainer. And because his experience, he's taught me ways to, one, how to get the weight off properly and when to get it off. Now, we had a couple of bouts where we went into agreed weights that changed within 24 to 48 hours before the fight. One of my fights, I got down to 185. I haven't wore 185 since I was a sophomore in high school.
Wow.
And I could feel every striated muscle in my body suffering from that because of the weight cut. I
can't even imagine how you could do that.
Yeah. So then now we've properly learned how to take it off. And I'll step into Friday, the day before the actual bout, you get to weigh in. I'll step on the scale at 199, 200 even for sure. And right now, as I sit here right now, I'm probably 203 intentionally. And I'll be able to take that water weight off right before the weigh-ins.
Wow. So you weigh in the night before?
Yep. That's the difference between professional and amateurs. Amateurs weigh in the day of. Professionals get 24 hours to rehydrate.
So now if you weigh in at 200
the
night before, that you can gain weight after that?
Yep. So then there are clauses that can be discussed pre-fight to where there's a no rehydration clause, to where if you weigh in at 200 pounds, even after the fight, you have to weigh in at 200 pounds. So you can't come in and after the fight weigh in at 210 pounds or you'll be penalized. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was wondering about that because I've been seeing these weigh-ins and they do all the theatrics.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just didn't understand exactly how that worked. If you weigh in the night before, then you go out that night and eat everything you want to eat and blow up 10 more pounds.
Absolutely. And it's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay, professionally fighting. Which fight is this coming up?
This will be number 6.
Number 6.
This will be number 6.
Wow.
The last one was a tough one. A kid out of Spearhead, South Dakota, had the height advantage on me, had the reach on me. Was fresh off of 2 knockouts. He was extremely confident.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke down film on this kid, and I was watching film, and I was picking at some things, and I said, yeah, this hand speed isn't there. The feet aren't as good. And then I get in front of this guy, and the film lied to me. It was one of those moments to where within the first 30 seconds of the bout, I said to myself, oh, yeah, plan B. Plan B.
Yeah.
And that's why I take a lot of pride in. Some people, and that's part of the mental of it. There's 3 different, if not more, depending on the fighter, that I'll come in here and I can dig in his bag and pull out multiple plans for you if I have to. And in this particular fight, I had to go to plan B in order to get it done. Just the last one.
So these fights average how many rounds?
Yep, these are scheduled for 4 rounds, 3-minute rounds each.
Okay.
Yep.
So you just got to go in there and get real motivated and know what you're doing.
Yep.
Because you just go in there throwing punches.
You find yourself gassed out. The worst I learned that in amateur boxing. The worst thing you can possibly do is run out of gas. You throw a ungodly amount of punches with a bunch of power and don't land anything or don't get a guy out of there, and then fatigue turns everybody into a coward.
Yeah.
And that's what I hang my head on, knowing that I'm endured, knowing that I'm willing to take it deep. I'm hoping we go deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that I've done the things when no one's been looking in order to be prepared for it. We 8 weeks out from a fight. I'm an adult. There's no drinking. I'm a cigar connoisseur. There's no cigars. Like I said, it's the right food.
Yeah.
I'm getting the right rest. I'm training as hard as possible. So if you're not doing the same thing and I get one glimpse of that in one of those rounds that you're not, I'll expose it. Yep.
I mean, I don't understand boxing, I mean, the science part. I mean, I see guys in there just throwing punches.
Nah.
But I know there's a skill set to it because I see guys switch up southpaw, they switch back and, some guys will step in, some guys will run, and I guess there's a logic for all that.
Yeah.
But you said you had like this last fight, you had a bigger guy.
It was one of those things to where because he had the reach, and typically I'm the taller guy with the reach. In my weight class, guys are big, but the thing is, I had been going from bout to bout with me having the reach advantage. And when I realized that he had the reach advantage, after the first round, go back to the corner, we kind of have a discussion with my corner, and I just thought of a young man that I spar with. His name's Beto, and I have a reach on him, and he's a consistent sparring partner. I thought, what does Beto do to me in order to get his shots off? So then I just made myself smaller, and I worked from the bottom up. I started ripping his body. He started bringing his hands down. I started taking it to his head. And then from his head back to his body. And I just closed the distance the same way that Beto does when I'm sparring him. But this guy just didn't have the athleticism that I have in order to counteract that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, you got to do all that on the fly.
On the fly. Yeah. You get 1 minute in the corner to have a discussion with the guys that you prepare with. And it's not even a full minute. And then be able to go out and execute that.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about, I can't beat this guy? Has that ever entered your mind?
Nah, man, these guys are signing up for a butt whooping. It's already been written. and I hope that doesn't come off too arrogant.
But
it's already
confident.
It's already been written. I'm feeling good about it. My body feels good. I'm strong. I'm endured. Man, you coming in here to be a part of the story. you're a footnote in the story on the way to the bigger picture.
I got you.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. This is 93.7 The Ticket. It's to Get You Happy on Hour.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we're back. Man, I'm learning a lot tonight. I'm really, really appreciative of this, Clyde. I mean, I know that you got a lot going on, man, and you're sharing some things with me that I would never know because I'm not getting in nobody's boxing ring. That's just not going to happen. But, hey, you said during the break we were talking about you being signed locally. There's some people you want to shout out to?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. RC Boxing Promotions. And I'm really appreciative of those guys because it's a part of our in-house training team at Southside Boxing here. And if you're familiar with Lincoln, it was the old Champions Fun Center. It's now Southside Boxing Gym. It's a nonprofit. And the facility's called The Complex. And that's the venue where my bout this Saturday will take place. There are still tickets available. Doors open at 6. First bell rings at 7. Some of our amateurs will be fighting on the card as well. We have Jay Reese on the card. Ibrahim will be on the card. Cody's on it. One of the young ladies out of our gym, Tyann, will be making her amateur debut also on the card. And in order for all of this to operate smoothly, also, I need to thank my sponsors. You know, we all have sponsors that support us. So, but the guys over at the Jesse over at the Post, LMD is a service company here in Lincoln, along with Michael Madlock Realty. He's a good friend of mine, but he's a realtor also if you're looking for a home. Doolittle Equipment is a consistent partner of mine, along with Antoine Exterior, Shelton Valentine and his remodeling company that he has here in Lincoln. And then, like I said, a huge shout out to Sid Dillon and Power Body and Sculpting, where I do my recovery. And I am a huge fan of the Boys and Girls Club of Lincoln and Lancaster County and the work they do for our youth here in Lincoln as well.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You know, what that tells me is this is not something you're doing by yourself.
No, absolutely.
You know, and big shout out to everybody that's part of what you're doing, man, because I know the fact that you have to put in the work.
Yep.
But you got a team and you got sponsors. That is priceless, because if you go in there by yourself, I don't know how that's going to turn out for you.
Yeah, it's important to have like-minded sponsors is a big thing for me, because there's been sponsorship offers that came with dollar signs that most people would have jumped at, but we didn't align morally, you know. So then for me personally, if it doesn't have a moral alignment with who I am outside of the sport, because I'm going to be that person for a lot longer than I am the person in the sport.
Right.
So if it doesn't exist or align morally, then I'll pass on the check. Because as an amateur, I was boxing for free. Growing up on the south side of Chicago, I was boxing for free. You know, so your check doesn't impress me. But for those who are sponsors and long-term sponsors, not only do they get great exposure from Fight Night gear or me being able to speak about them here on this platform, but it's also one of those things to where my bouts are pay-per-view. And then I do have a following that consistently have fight parties in Nairobi, Kenya, Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois, you know?
Yeah.
So it becomes more than just a local thing. It's literally global when you are in partnership with me and I have your patch or your logo on my Fight Night gear.
You know, that's impressive that you have this standard that you carry yourself with and that you live by. And I like the part about the local.
Yeah.
You know, because you're right. Sometimes, man, people can put that check in front of you. And I didn't know that until tonight when you was sharing during the break about if a larger company puts that big check in your face, then they want to take away all your training. They want to give you new training. See, I didn't even know that was part of the deal.
Yeah, man. There was times when I was coming out of the National Golden Glove Tournament in 2021. There were some offers made by promotion companies, and I entertained them. I wanted to hear them out. Dominique is always saying, "Take the coffee date." So if someone wants to have a meeting with you, you have a meeting with them. So I began to hear them out. But I always knew when I turned pro, one thing was Patrick One Punch Thompson was going to be a part of it. And then Big E, Eric Howard and I had been working together at that point for 2 years. And initially he started out, I brought him in as a sparring partner because here's a guy that's 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", crafty. I call him the mad scientist because he's always thinking and he got a counterpunch for everything. And I brought him in as a sparring partner, but during the pandemic, he just turned into more of a coach, making sure that I was prepared for nationals because I had qualified.
Mm-hmm.
So back to my original point is when these promotion companies began recruiting me, some of them, all of them at that time was telling me, we want you, we don't want your training team. And I just made it clear, you can't have me without my training team.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
so then that was a large part why I stayed patient and then met with Tommy Arciaga, and he's the owner of RC Boxing Promotions. And we had a very deep conversation about what my goals were, what they continue to still be, and the vision for the complex, Southside Boxing, and RC Boxing Promotions. And with me being the face of the complex, Southside Boxing, and RC Promotions, I would say it was the best choice for my professional career.
I just think it's smart, man, that you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you're following, you're following your own rules.
Yeah.
A lot of times when money gets involved.
Yep.
I understand. I mean, I'm not saying that money isn't important, but sometimes I've seen where money can mess things up for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's just in life. I mean, I've seen people do things for money and then later regret it.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that you have a serious passion for what you do is very important, because I have a passion for what I do as well. And sometimes the money part is just, I mean, if I had it my way,
yeah.
If I could just hit the lottery, I would speak for free.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but that's because I love what I do. I see that same thing in you. You love what you do and you stand for something. That way you don't fall for anything.
Absolutely.
I respect
that. And it's one of those things to where mans of our caliber, our time does need to be compensated. So don't get me wrong when I tell people that the resources isn't important, but it's more important where they come from and what's attached to those resources. And that's what I continue to tell the amateurs that are around me at Southside Boxing Gym, or any amateur, anyone that's out there listening now. Read the fine print.
Yes.
Don't be starstruck. Don't seek cosigns from these big entities or big individuals even. Make sure you read the fine print and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, regardless if it's sports-wise, business-wise, or whatever it may be. Read the fine print. Don't become a slave to someone else's dreams and not chase yours.
I think that makes sense. And I think that goes across the board.
Absolutely.
Man. Because there's a lot of people out here, man, that, for whatever reason, they're chasing, it's just money.
Yeah.
But I'm agreeing with you. I understand the value of having money because it is what it is. But if that's the only reason why you're doing something, I just think sometimes the purpose can get lost.
Absolutely.
So just keep doing what you're doing, man, and just know that, I'm proud of you. And I want to put it on record while everybody listening.
Yeah.
That I was having you on.
Yeah.
I was having you on, man, before everything just really took off. So when things blow up even bigger than they already are, I'm gonna still be like, yo, Clyde, can I get you on the show?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll show up just like I did tonight, man.
I appreciate it.
And I was thinking this is me thinking out loud. There's some goals that are attached to the next by the end of this year. And I'm thinking about doing a open workout, but then having you come do the MCing and maybe either pre-record or go live with your show doing this open workout. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Hey,
let's get Tommy on board. We'll do it down at Southside Boxing Gym, live or open workout. Invite some of the sponsors in.
Bach,
and
you
make it
hear him,
happen.
Roger Bach?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, man, that sounds like a great opportunity. And I just want to say thank you in advance, man, because, you know, I think a lot of this is all about helping each other.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you would even think like that means a lot to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, I genuinely just want to see you continue to grow.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And whatever little part I can play in that, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Appreciate it.
So just know that every time you're ready to have a fight,
you
know, just like, tell us about that, matter of fact. Now, what you got coming up?
Yeah, man. This Saturday here in Lincoln, Nebraska, live at the complex. I have a young man coming from Fort Wayne, Kansas.
Okay.
He's a military guy. So, you know, U.S. military individuals are known to be tough, man.
Right.
Historically tough.
Right.
You know, it's the U.S., right?
Okay.
So he's showing up. He's showing up with a winning record, fresh off a knockout. So he's extremely confident himself. And in fact, when the discussions about the fight was taking place, multiple times, him and his team said, "No, we're 100% in. We're 100% in. We want this fight. We've been looking forward to it." And in fact, typically, I don't hear from, or my training team or my promotion team don't hear from fighters once they sign the contract. But this was the guy who signed the contract and checked in. Everything's going good with Clyde. He gonna be ready.
Wow.
So it's someone who's showing up with the intentions of getting the job done. And with that being said, Saturday night here in Lincoln, Nebraska at the complex, I'll put on a boxing clinic. That's what you can look forward to. Along with some other established fighters out of Omaha, out of B&B, out of Terrence Crawford's home gym. This is a co-promotion with B&B Promotions as well. Let me not skip over that. There are a handful of fighters coming down. I believe they have 3 or 4 fighters that'll be fighting on the card as well.
Okay.
A young man named Carlito, Jose, and Allen, and then also a kid named Johnny Montavo out of Omaha. He'll be fighting on the card as well. So there's some pro debuts taking place. There's a 9-0 fighter on the card and some other 4-0, 5-0 fighters that'll be on the card as well. It isn't just myself, but along with Beltran and some amateur fights as well. So it's a stacked card and literally some future world champions on the card.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth admission.
Well, man, you know what? I'm gonna keep supporting you, man, and everything that you're doing. And I gotta give a shout out to Neek as well, man, because good people, man. You know, you're surrounded by good people, and I know you got them 2 little bosses at the house.
Yeah, man. I was on the way out the door to leave now, and the first thing my little girl said to me, "Where are you going?" It's bedtime. It's your bedtime, baby.
Yeah, she running things.
Yeah, it's your bedtime. Yeah, and Kyrie, he stay on me, man. He's at the gym with me 4 days a week. Out of all my training camps, he's there about 4 of the days. One of the days he goes to my mom's house because she cooks for him.
Oh, okay.
On a particular day, but he's there. And anytime if I'm looking as if I need a break, here's this little guy. Come on, Dad. Now's not the time. I'm thinking to myself, man, I just did X amount of rounds in a row, buddy. I deserve some water.
Stay on him, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? The good thing is, though, you're doing something you love. You're getting a chance to do it with your family involved.
Yep.
and you're doing it locally, man. I think that's important because like I say, man, once you take off and get involved with these big promotion companies, man, it seems like it changes things.
Yeah, it definitely will if you allow it to.
Right.
There's some goals that are attached to it, to where I'll hit some certain marks, and if they don't lead to what I feel should be next, I'll gracefully bow out and then just continue to give back to the community and the sport in the way that I'm giving now, without me having to be an active fighter.
Gotcha. So this is something that you really do care about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I see boxing, and not only boxing, but at Southside, in particular, it's life changing. It's a family atmosphere. Like I said, my little boy runs around there all the time. It's a family atmosphere, and it helps mold young men and women to be more confident and comfortable with who they are, without having to be on someone's track, basketball, football team. But they can learn these things in an atmosphere that's team-like.
Yeah.
But also still giving you that individual confidence you need in order to move forward in the world.
I think that's important. A lot of times people don't understand the value of someone believing in you.
Absolutely.
And I can honestly say I've never not had someone to believe in me. So that has played a major part in my life as well. So the value of someone being there, someone encouraging you, that to me is a win-win.
Yes.
You know, because as we all know, and we all live in this world, that we see what we see.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of negativity
that can definitely cloud your judgment,
right?
Get you off track, and have you believing that who you are or what you're meant to be isn't valued.
Right.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I continue to preach to the youth. You are valued. You are important. There's an impact that you will make that the world needs.
Right, and I agree with that. So I'm going to say this, man. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we're going to come back and wrap the show. But don't y'all go nowhere, man. This is 937 The Tickets to Get You Happy on Out.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details, you take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Hey, Bob, anybody tuned in, man?
Yeah, we got Okie Patriot 79 saying happy Sunday, Big Bro. Clyde and Bach getting my happy on doing a Greek history paper.
Hey, that's my little brother Brett down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing, man. And I also got to give a shout out. I forgot to give it to him last week. There's a former teammate of mine at Nebraska. We were freshmen together. Huge congrats to Roger Craig, man, for making the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I call him D-Poke because he's from Davenport, Iowa, but I've known this guy since we met at Iowa State.
Wow.
On a recruiting visit. We visited Iowa State the same weekend, so I've known him all of my adult life, and very, very proud of Roger. I think that was well-deserved, and just want to make sure that I show him some love. You know, I want to say this, man. I appreciate you, Clyde, for coming and sharing the stuff that you share, because you don't have to do this. I appreciate it, and I appreciate Bach as well, man, because Bach makes all this stuff work. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times when people do stuff behind the scenes, they don't get the credit they deserve. So I just want to show some love to Bach, man, because I know if they put me over there where Bach's sitting, this show would not be the same.
Bach want to come down to the gym. He want to see what the training like. He want to train. Bach itching to get down the south side.
We're gonna get out.
As long as I don't get hit.
Oh no, we just gonna watch. We gonna come and spectate.
More than welcome.
But no, again, Clyde, thank you, man, for coming. And just like to to give people their flowers, man. You know,
same.
while they are able to receive them. And I guess before I let you go, I got to ask that final question. When Clyde does have some free time, how does Clyde get his happy on?
If I'm not with my family, man, I'm with some of my boys, especially my dog T-Bull. We out on a T-box somewhere, hole 9, hole 7. We gonna get it in this summer, T-Bull. Shout out T-Bull, man. Let's get them clubs out.
All right, man. Thank you again for coming. Big shout out to my son T-Bull, man. Keep doing your thing. Just know I'm proud of you. And I wrap the show the same way every week, man. Every day you blessed to say it's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on.
Yes, sir.
Down! We'll see y'all next Sunday.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school